So, Dragon's Dogma 2. Um, we played a little bit of it, and we were planning on doing a series for it, but uh, despite everything, despite having well beyond the recommended system requirements, the game didn't run optimally as we had thought. If you look in the background there, uh we did have a little fun with it in the brief time we played it. We somehow unintentionally created a Leon ripoff called The Off. It's a pretty fun. It started out pretty fun, but as we played the game a little bit more, I personally didn't like the combat. It felt a little too janky for my liking. The game was really badly optimized, and when we finished recording for that day, I went to go check the reviews to see if anybody else was having the same experience as I was, and I noticed that the game had dropped down to mostly negative, and essentially the game was badly optimized. And I also noticed some complaints about some of the microtransactions in the game, and the fact that the game does not support a new game. So you only have one playthrough, and that's it, with the exception of, I think, New Game Plus. But it's a little odd that it's just hard for me to grasp the concept of them making a game and making it hard coded to where you can't start a new game. Like you're forced to play with that same character, and the only means to change its appearance is through currency earned in the game, or paying $2 for a character recustomization option. And it baffles me that Capcom is doing these shady business practices. You're awfully quiet there, Rooster. You got any thoughts?
No, I was going to let you get it all out there before I had my 2 cents.
But like this isn't new. Like, Capcom has been doing a lot of this crap with some of their games lately. Like I was talking to my friend Nami, and she was saying she brought it to my attention that like they've been doing this for a while, and there's like a lot of public outcry with the Street Fighter 6 and some of the prices on their cosmetics. Like the recent one was the Ninja Turtles, and they were pricing each cosmetic at $12 each. So what does that come to? 48 dollars plus tax for all four cosmetics that barely that really don't even look that good. They definitely don't look 12. Maybe $12 for all four, but that's a little ridiculous. And some of the new cosmetics that they're offering, I think it was priced over $100, well over $100 for the outfit 3s. That's like twice the price of the actual game. That's crazy.
Yeah.
And like some of these people, like, they'll argue for Capcom or some of these DLCs, you can earn it in game. It's okay. It's not okay. It's not okay for them to do this. Like, you're giving this company an inch, they're going to take a mile eventually. There's a snowball effect. It's going to take them years, but these businesses are seeing what they can and cannot get away from, or they're seeing what they can and cannot get away with, and they're going to take every advantage they can to make more money. Now, it's not the game developer's fault. It's the businessman part of the company. I want to say investors and maybe not so much investors, but the hell is that position called? God damn it. I'm having a
talking about CEOs?
I'm sure CEOs could. Man, I'm pretty sure they play a part in it. But I think producers would have a lot to do with it too, because they're putting money into it, and
Well, they're
so
getting told what to do and then listing it down below. Yeah.
and but yeah, it's like I don't think it's okay. I think it's bad for single player games to have microtransactions like that. It's fine if it's cosmetic or actual like additional quests and whatnot, but it's a little suspect if they like drop it like as soon as the game is released and they're like, hey, you paid for a full game. You paid for like 3/4 of a pie. Here's some more of the pie that you just bought. It's kind of dumb. Like Mega 64, they did a pretty good skit about some of these business practices like 6 years ago, where they were talking about you gotta you're paying you like here's a slice of the pizza and this is a demo. You can't have the rest of the pizza unless you pay full price, etc., etc. And one of their most recent ones, they revisited that skit, and you're like, here's a pizza, but you can't pick the topping. You get one topping, but it's random, which is kind of a metaphor for loot boxes. Is a pretty good skit.
So, are you good?
I think I've like established some of my concerns, but you're welcome to throw your 2 cents in there at any point.
Yeah, my 2 cents is the game was fucked up already from the get-go. As we're walking through a town, everything just is wonky. Everything keeps appearing and not appearing. Vegetables are floating. It's like The Exorcist when you walked in the town. For a game for, I know it's just release, and then you have stuff. Okay, so my bitch of it is anything that hinders or is an item to where you have to purchase in order for a fast track, because you are able to go and gather those stuff in order to get those items that are for purchase that are in the store. What are they? I didn't even see the gameplay long enough to know what the items are called.
A lot of them are like, it's like currency to buy like certain items in the game, like
to change your appearance, like you
or the wake stones.
You can't make a new character. You can't go to the the title screen and say new character. No, that's not an option. That's what he's saying. So in that part, that messes with the game itself.
Yeah.
You're talking about how greed is messing with it. That's how it is. If it was separate to where you had an option to purchase it without it involving the game, period. I don't care if you say, oh, well, you can go and harvest it without. No, it's a fast track, which it provides people. Well, I feel lazy playing a game. I don't feel like I need to take the time to go do that. So I'll just make this $2 micro purchase in order to do that. That's crap. Anything that has to fast track a game, nah. And it was a huge game, and you're doing that crap. I think that right off the bat is just off-putting. So that's why we automatically just undownloaded it and are getting our money back.
Like, yeah, we did refund the game.
That's how you stop that. That's what people. You keep buying and purchasing these items. These big companies are going to continue to do it because why? You keep spending money on it. Why would they stop? Why would I say, if I'm making huge amount of money offering this thing, doing a fast track on a game, I know it's not right to begin with, but I do offer it. You think if you keep giving me the money for it, I'm going to stop? No. Why would I? You keep filling my pocket.
Exactly.
So in that case, why did we do? We just undownloaded it, got our money back. Plain and simple. That's what you have to do these days if you don't like a product. You don't just keep buying into things saying, oh, maybe the next one will be better. Probably not.
No, that's why these indie games are popping up and they're starting to sell better, because like with Baldur's Gate, that was a complete game. No pay to win microtransactions or nothing. It was just a full amazing game, and that pissed off a lot of AAA game developers. Because
it hasn't even been a week into its release, and you're offering crap like that up. And your game is broken. So You're wanting us to pay more for a broken game?
Yeah, if you're advertising a game as a AAA game, then I don't think they necessarily did it. But if a game is a AAA game, it should be a complete product, and it should function as advertised on release. And some people argue like, yeah, this is why you don't buy a game on day one of release. Well,
true.
You're right. You're 100% right. You should not buy a game on a day one release. But why is that the norm?
Yeah, it shouldn't be. Everybody was excited to go wait outside in the line in GameStop in the cold to wait on a midnight release of a game. I mean,
it should not be the norm, dude. Like, we should, as gamers, and customers, we should, work together to vote with our wallets and help prevent stuff like this from continuing to happen and prevent these companies from trying to take advantage of us. We should, if we're paying money for a product, it needs to be.
Well, so they put up all this money to make this game all at once. They don't just dish these banks or whatever all the money. They didn't pay for this. So whatever amount of money it took to make this game, that's how much they are in debt at the start. So they're going to have to get as much money in order to make a they're already how much it costs to make it. They're already in the hole. Plus each day with paying the employees, so that each day it's gathering. So yeah, they're going to come out with shady shit because why? They shouldn't even produced it in the first place, probably because they didn't have the budget for it. That's the thing about these games. Yeah, they're $100 million games that have taken to build it, but who is financing the $100 million up front is the thing. Probably nobody, I don't think.
I don't know enough to really argue for or against, but Capcom, they I don't know. I think they're kind of like they're funded based on their own game sales and whatnot, and I imagine they just give a budget to each development studio or not development team, and like here's your budget and for this game, et cetera, et cetera. Because I know Street Fighter 6 made quite a bit of money, even with a lot of their games make quite a bit of money, like.
So if you're saying that, then it's just pure fuckery.
It's just bad business decisions, honestly. Like people are like gradually like getting sick and tired of like some of the stuff these companies are doing.
I am. I'm done with this quadruple game that came out. Oh my god! Wow.
Are you talking about that pirate game? What was it called?
Yes, I don't even know the name of it, but a big belly flop for a quadruple game. I heard Assassin's Creed Black Flag was better than that game. That's terrible.
Sid Meier's Pirates is better than that game. You could go buy that on Steam pretty cheap. It has more to do. You can actually attack towns and have duels.
Is you can call a game a quadruple game, but it doesn't make it a quadruple game.
Oh, quadruple was it like the all four, this like quadruple ass? Is that what it stands for? God damn.
Yeah, so pretty much, yeah, I'm done. I mean, we wanted to make it for content and have it day one so we can get a hold of it and put videos out real quick, but nah.
And what's another thing I want to point out though is like what I didn't realize, like, because like back apparently this is something they did in the first Dragon's Dogma, and I had no idea back on Xbox 360. Like they
2011, I think. When it came out.
They had those microtransactions to like give you a shortcut to through the game.
I didn't play the first one. So.
I played it and I never noticed that, but but on this game, I want to say like I didn't like. It wasn't like in my face, but I noticed it pretty quickly. Cause like I hit the store page and all that shit was just popping up in my face. Cause when I was gonna go check the reviews, I saw all that DLC. I'm like, what the hell is this shit? Are you serious?
Not to interrupt you, but okay. So for the audience, we were, I mean, it was pretty early here when we were getting ready to start recording. He had been playing a little bit before I got on, I kind of noticed. And man, to hear his voice just, he was mad about his already, you know, cause like I said, within a couple hours, he'd been already just, I guess, working stuff out through it. Like,
Yeah, I was adjusting the settings so like it could run better in the city. I got it up to like 50 FPS, but that's just unacceptable, man. That it's just unacceptable.
so, I mean, yeah, we were having, I mean, we could show you some of the footage that we were having troubles in the beginning of filming. So I don't think we're going to just be able to give a great playthrough to it, especially since you already have a bad taste in your mouth and we already undownloaded it. So
Yeah, I could like we could have probably made a pretty decent playthrough, but I just can't really I can't support a game that's doing all this bullshittery. Maybe we'll revisit in in like 6 months from now or something and try it out. But like
you're gonna be the one playing through it and you gotta be amped. And yeah, you were not.
And like a lot of games do this. Like even Grand Blue isn't like you know, I like that game, but like even Grand Blue, it has it does have some DLCs for it. But like the game itself runs well, plays well, and still it's no excuse to be like offering those microtransactions. But if I wanted to play like, I guess, devil's advocate, I think that'd be the best way to describe it. Each of those microtransactions are only purchasable once, and you can play and you can add those to, and each of them are added to any new game you play. And on Dragon's Dogma, once you use those, they're gone. So you have to keep paying that $2 if you want to shortcut your way through the game, you know?
Yeah, I mean, and if you if you really want to critique games, I'm like, and I'm not going to even get into the whole critiquing because I've just been a gamer since the late 80s, but I still suck at them. So, but like the quest system sometimes in games, it's like, man, that's filler. I've noticed that. That's like if there was an anime, that quest was just filler. What the hell?
Well, there's a lot of games where like some of the side quests
good with the story, but if it's just some crappy side quest that has nothing, like, I don't know.
But there's a lot of side quests that sometimes are even better than like.
I'm not talking about like Skyrim or anything, because that's all I do is side quests in those type of games. I'm not talking about that.
Sometimes the side quests are better, you know.
No, I'm talking about an actual like a duller game like me that's a straight like mission to mission. I don't know. There's some like I don't know. See, that's why I was saying I'm getting too critiquey.
Yeah,
and I can't do that.
But overall, like I didn't find the gameplay very fun. The combat felt a little bit jankier than I liked.
Yeah, you looked sporadic sometimes. Watching you jump around, I'm like, can you not lock on to people? Why can't
I don't think I could. Like, as far as I know, you can't lock on. I could have missed it somewhere, but if it was if it's a feature in the game, it wasn't very obvious. I tried different buttons, but my first impression, but I could have missed it. For all I know, I could have missed it, and I just was being stupid because at first when I went to that town, I was trying to find where you could like buy those whatchamacallit, those character recustomization tokens or whatever you want to call them.
Yeah.
And I couldn't find it, so I was in reception. In order to get another recustomization, you had to pay money for it. And I was like, I was mad. And then a buddy of mine, he found it, and I went and found it. I was like, okay, like that's less bad, but that's still really bad. And it's not something we as gamers should just accept, man. Like, we shouldn't bend over backwards. We're not bitches.
I do want to say this, though. I want to put this. Be sure you put this in the video. I am a lover of Capcom. I love Resident Evil. I love a lot of things they do.
You can still love Capcom and still be critical of their business
running
decision.
Dragon's Dogma, what department or what studio, yeah, I don't know. Y'all have got some issues in that department. But Resident Evil, it's been good lately. I've been loving Resident Evil.
But back on my thing with Grand Blue, it's like it's not okay that they're doing that, but at the same time, it's okay. I think it's okay to I think it's okay to like criticize them and still support them. A certain like it just it's not black and white, you know.
Well, I'm just gonna say that game's right now as it is release, it sucked. Dragon's Dogma 2, in my opinion, I'm gonna put that out of a 10. I'll put that at 3.3.
Well, you know me, I don't use numerical rating systems.
Sorry.
I just say I don't recommend. I personally don't recommend this game. Maybe save your money and wait 6 months from now or so and see what happens. They did acknowledge the problems with the game, and they even pointed out, I was like, hey guys, you can earn the stuff in the game, but it's just there for a shortcut. You know, it's like, come on, guys. Are you?
Yeah, because they already had that statement copy and pasted. So whenever they were like, "Yep, we already knew this coming." So here, boom.
I don't think they knew it was coming, so to speak. Like we can't really we can't really claim that, but like
So out of all these new release games, every single
they might. I would assume, like a smart business person would probably have expected that, but we're not dealing with smart businessmen.
Maybe I think these people are.
I think you're giving them a little. Yeah, I think you're giving them a little too much credit.
Oh, wow.
But yeah, it's
It was a bummer.
It is a bummer. I was looking forward because I liked the first game, and I don't think it did like, and I've played it recently. It didn't feel as janky as this game did.
And then we'll have people out there that love the game. Like my brother is probably just sitting at home just playing this game.
Yeah, it's okay to love it's okay to like the game. We don't
yeah.
like, I'm not going to think any less of you as a person because you like the game.
And we thought we were going to have two maybe different perspectives, but no, we both say
if you like
not
the
recommended.
game, if you like the game, just play it, enjoy it, but don't don't fucking alienate. I say if you like the game, play it, enjoy it, and more power to you. But don't alienate people who have legitimate criticisms of the game. That's just douchery.
No. Just take both sides. Yeah, I support. Hey, if you love the game, go play it and have fun with it. These are just our opinions. It is an opinion.
Yeah, but we feel that but we feel like in order to
we gotta mention the crap.
Help minimize this crap from happening in the future. We as gamers should unite and just vote with our wallets and not buy games like these that have that. You know, I'm guilty of it. You know, I'm guilty of it, and I acknowledge that. Like with Grand Blue, you know, I enjoy that game, and even though it has that shady business practices, but I just don't buy those. You can buy the game, just don't buy those DLCs. You know.
Or, I mean, it's your money. Go do
it's
what
your
you
money,
want with
yeah,
it.
exactly. It is your money. Don't do what you want with it. Far be it for us to tell us what you do, but we can tell you what we recommend.
Yeah, I mean, have fun with it if you enjoy it, but our recommendation is not recommended.
But we do have a gameplay of Ronin coming, and we're going to try to figure out what to play instead of Dragon's Dogma 2.
Yes.
Yeah. The game, but you have to admit, though, the game does look, it looks all right. It looks, it doesn't look, Dragon's Dogma 2, it doesn't look next gen. It looks more PS4, it looks more PS4 era graphics, which also kind of makes it also a little bit surprising why it's so badly optimized. But like, according to Capcom's statement, it's a lot of it is CPU intensive rather than GPU, which means it uses more of like your processor. And a lot of these game developers, they like, even to this day, don't know how to use the multi-threads effectively. And I have a Ryzen 9, and that shit should be able to run this game butter smooth, but it doesn't. It just doesn't. And
Yeah, and you know, it's with big, you know, also like like you were hinting at with bigger games like this, and you know, not having, I guess to say a hard disk like a most people do it downloadable. Remember on hard disk, it was kind of all set in there, so like transferring data or doing this and doing that was pretty much right there, hard disk. Now everything's through you know, a download, and it may not fit on or be, you know, how on the settings of mine I change a simple setting and then it works, so it could be just as finicky as that. That's why I like hard you know, like CDs and stuff. It just runs better for some reason.
games have come a long way since then, because games are a lot bigger, more, more, a lot bigger, more complicated,
Yeah,
and it's just when you have like really big, large scale games like this, you're going to, especially with like huge teams, there's going to be mistakes are gonna happen, but
of course they are, but that's why back in the day you had 3 discs when you had large games.
even games then still had bugs and whatnot.
I
But
know, because if you had one bug in a game, then you had to then you had to there would be like a patch you can
yeah,
go download.
yeah, and it's just always been an issue. But like,
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, it's all work and play, but going back to you were saying the series now. So we have Rise of Ronin, and then we have Kenshi. So those are two kind of like swordplay games. And then we
Yeah.
have uh, Code Vein, which
Mhm.
is swordplay. We may need something with some guns. I don't know.
We'll have to see. I'm gonna
We'll
probably
have
go
to
through the
see.
library while we wait for that Ronin thing to Ronin. What was it? Rise of Ronin down. Chill out, Bubbles. Uh,
Bubbles.
we'll 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 get it figured out. But we don't recommend Dragon's Dogma. But like if you play it and enjoy it, more power to you. It's perfectly fine. It's okay. We don't think any less of you. Yeah, but apparently Bubbles does though. She
Yeah,
says
she
fuck
says
that
not
game.
recommended.
Yeah,
Yeah.
she says fuck that game. She's gonna chew your ankles off. But
Bite your ankle.
she's gonna go for those ankles. But yeah, I just don't think it's a good game, and that's my opinion. And we don't recommend the game. And
Yeah, but I'm not gonna force Tiki to do a complete walkthrough and him just
playthrough, you
tread through
mean?
the whole thing. Yeah,
But
whatever.
yeah, but but yeah, we're gonna play something else, and we will have Rise of Ronin out soon, and or the gameplay of Rise of Ronin out soon, and
Yay.
something else. We'll get it fingered out. But thank you guys so much for watching and listening to our bitching about the state of the game and the game
day
in
2 of the release.
Capcom. But you guys have a good day.